he was 10.
Wow.
Really? Not right in the head. This is how I give a good time.
My great-grandpa taught me how to do this when I was 13, so.
My father taught me at 10. I've been doing it since then. I then apprenticed under two MetalSmiths from California, Michael Olson and Gordon of Gordon Forge.
Okay.
I apprenticed under both of them. I then spent about a year walkabout in basically Eastern Europe and the Middle East, where their blacksmith shops have never shut down.
Wow.
I went to one shop that has been running for almost 1,000 years.
Oh, wow.
Same blacksmith shop, same family for almost 1,000 years. I'm like, I walked up with a hammer and a set of tongs, and I'm like, I don't speak Hungarian or Romanian or whatever language you're speaking, but I have a hammer and tongs. They let me in, they let me play. They saw I knew what I was doing and then taught me techniques that I've never seen before because they died out in our country. And then I brought them back and I'm teaching them new people.
Oh,
Good
wow.
for you. Good job.
Yeah.
And this is really good beer. I like Bass, by the way. I do work for beer and they sell it right over there.
So he really did actually do this for a living. Like I said before, 9/11 happened, at which point he enlisted in the Air Force. The Air Force is now his day job. Once we got transferred back to California, our good old home state.
Yeah, I'm a non-commissioned officer in the Air Force. I find that funny every time I have to say it.
Smaller pieces, he actually has less time to work them. He has about 10 seconds on this piece. Oh, you don't have to raise your hand, honey. I'm only a teacher during the week. Yell out your questions. Really loud. They're loud.
So, is he better working sober or is he better working drunk?
That is the $50 million question. He's got to hit the sweet spot.
Oh, if I'm sober, I'm shite on the porch. Really. It loosens up my arm, and it takes away all the inhibitions. I know that we're not supposed to say that thing out loud, but it really does work. It hurts a lot to do this. I've been doing this for 35 years, and anyone who looks at me, you'll notice one shoulder is considerably lower than the other shoulder. That's because it was supposed to have been replaced 2 years ago, but it interferes with fair and deployments, so I haven't had it done yet.
So on the
I
other
drink.
hand,
In
moderation.
How a Scotsman works in this
so
case, right?
if you go too far the other direction, then it just isn't good.
Then it ends up badly and you just make junk. So we don't want to do that.
How do you make steel?
How do you make steel?
How do you make steel?
The young man wants a science lesson.
What?
Carbon iron. How do you make steel?
Okay, you dig ore, iron ore out of the ground, okay? With a big machine or by a shovel, doesn't matter, you just get the iron ore. You then smelt that iron ore, you know what that means? You build a great big fire and you burn it. The iron ore will then start to melt. That will give you pure iron. If you want it to be steel, you'll then blow a lot of air or oxygen into it while you're doing that. That will drive a lot of the impurities out and make the iron a lot stronger, which is what we call steel. So, way back in the day, they used to build a fire and throw the iron ore in, and it would melt to a blob, and then they would start hammering it. And then they figured out that if you sit there with bellows, it makes the fire hotter, but it also blows a lot of oxygen into the iron, which then makes it much stronger. So they decided, hey, we're going to do this because we want stronger, right? And that's how they developed steel. Now we do it with electronic furnaces with I like this guy. Thank you very much, sir. I really like him. Give him a bottle opener. Where are you going? No, come back up.
So he's adding to his 16 today.
see it? We had a problem with that. That's a good one.
There we go. You heard the whole thing about treating it, yes? Cast
No,
iron
I didn't
skillet?
hear it.
All right, you want to treat it like a cast iron skillet. Also, notice it opens this way.
Yes.
All right. Kind of like a cast iron skillet. You want to heat it up, 350 degrees, or out on the grill.
And then oil it?
Take it out. Magic. Take it outside. Spray it down with Pam if you have it. It gets into all the nooks and crannies. Or you can either dip it in oil, or you can wipe it down.
Okay.
If it rusts, just do it again.
All right.
Everyone see the nice straight
The more you
piece
do
of
it, the
steel, right?
prettier it gets.
Straight hot.
And again, it goes that way.
Yep, yep.
All right, here's the ooh-ah moment. Are we ready?
Somebody was messing with my tools.
It wasn't me. I don't touch your tools. Well, those two. Ooh. Ah.
Oh, come on, people. I hate the internet. There you go.
It's impressive.
Make that noise again.
That's impressive. Such a long rod you have there, sir.
I love it when she says that. All right.
Now show me Twisty Bit. No, the other one.
All right, we're gonna finish this bit out, but let you see what we just did. I just did that with my hands and a wee bit of tool, little steel. All right, most people think that the twist is just decorative. It's not just decorative. Here's where you get a little science lesson.
More science. Ooh.
All right, this bit of steel is 1/4 inch from here to here, right, on the square. On the angle, it is 5/16. 5/16 inches, which is more than 1/4 of an inch. So when you spin it, you actually get the strength of 5/16 steel with the weight of 1/4 inch steel. This would become important in, say, fences and things of that sort. That's why the twists are there. Plus, they look damn cool, don't they?
Yeah!
All right, let's make the last bit of this. What we are making is a wine stick.
It holds your wine glass for when you want to put that down.
Say you go on a picnic. Have you ever tried putting a wine glass down? And
I
it
try
falls
not to.
exactly, it falls over, right? So, yes? Oh, you don't need to. It's steel. It will go into the ground. All right, so you then take your wine glass or goblet and set it in. And no matter what, your wine glass will not spill. Okay, until
Unless
some
Joe
drunken
falls
idiot knocks it down.
Or you catch it on your kill.
That has happened.
California
And then the
entertaining
kill
Speak
turns
from
up.
experience.
I actually have two out in the flower pot out on the
Because our patio is all concrete,
There's not room
so
for
we
a
have
table.
flower pots. She has wine sticks stuck in them all. And there we go.
Table.
All right, any questions or anything?
Oh, let me get out of the way.
What's the name of that vice?
Miami. No.
Oh, Miami
sorry.
Vice. All right, that is a 125-pound leg vise, a traditional blacksmith vise. This thing is 150 years old. I love this thing. I just got it. I really love this thing. I just got it out of Napa. There was a barn that collapsed a long time ago, and the grandfather died, and the grandson is doing the estate sale, and he dug this thing out. I bought it. When I took it apart, it had 150-year-old grease packed in it. He couldn't open it. I'm like, I'll take care of that. I'll buy it. Yeah. Bought it. I love this thing. It's a monster. I love that thing.
So we had a question over here. Is that supposed to be portable?
No. No. All right, the anvil is portable. This is considered an extremely small anvil.
Now we get a history lesson.
All right, This is a mouse hole anvil. It's only 175 pounds.
Oh, only.
Only. This is only 125 pounds. God. What are you, wusses? Come on. Alright. Traditionally, that would have been a small anvil for a farmstead or somebody on the move. Which would go to the mining camp. I know this one for a fact has been in a mining camp in California Gold Rush, and it was also in a lumber camp. Ask me, how do you know that?
How do you know that?
Good question, people! I like this audience a lot.
Today we have
All right.
a crowd.
If you were in a mining camp, you have to remember back at the time when the gold rush was going on, steel was as expensive as gold. It was hard to get steel in California because the steel all was made in, Sweden. Did you know that? Most of the steel during the gold rush was made in Sweden.
No way. You must be joking me.
More ships were sunk bringing steel from Sweden to the United States and all of the treasure ships combined.
Wow.
Alright, that just puts it in cut. Alright, so then it got all the way to the East Coast and then they had to bring it all the way across in either wagons or sail it all the way around. Steel was extremely expensive. Alright, so when you had a pick and you're gold mining and you're picking away and your pick gets dull, you've knocked off a chunk of it. You do not take a file to your pick and sharpen it up. No, bad form, because that does what? It takes away steel. You take it to the blacksmith, you hand it to him. He re-swedges the point and then would temper the tip of the pick. Alright? Make it hard again. Before you left that blacksmith shop, you took your pick, you walked over to his anvil, and you hit the side of his anvil with the pick. Alright? The point of that was if he didn't temper it right, the tip of your pick would either bend or mushroom. At that point, you hand it back to the blacksmith and say, try again, or it would leave a dent. If you look at this anvil, it is covered with pot marks on both sides. Now, I know those are there from a pick. Alright, so I know the blacksmith that used this before me, about 100 years before me, was fairly good because there's a lot of marks on this damn thing. Alright, I also know it was in a lumber camp because the same basic thing was done, except they wouldn't hit the side of the anvil, they would hit the feet. This is called a foot. And if you look right here on all of the sides around, you can see real clear right there, are gashes. That's from an axe hitting it.
Hey, is that piece getting too hot?
It's pretty warm now. Should I finish it up now? Now?
If it stays in there too long, it'll lose its strength.
Hey.
And it won't be able to hold a full glass of wine.
That's the wrong one. We're going to do it over here.
Cat also says it's any time now.
What was that?
Cat also says
Oh,
it's
Cat said
any
it's
time
any time now?
Yes.
Oh.
I thought she left with her elite bracelet.
Alright, let me finish up.
No, Cat. We have a special
Other cat.
delivery.
Oh, not kidding.
No.
Not kidding. Alright, this is a piece I'm working on. We're going to chill out, quench just the tip so it doesn't deform while I start with the bend.
See, notice the tip doesn't bend now.
Whoa!
Pretty cool, huh?
Right.
I like this one.
She's over
She's
here.
good.
I'm over here.
I like you.
He has
You're
no
good.
depth perception.
And then we put the bend in it. She's very enthusiastic.
What angle is that bent?
90 degrees or so.
90 degrees.
Ish.
Or so.
Oh, you're old.
A little bit off.
90 degrees.
Okay, that's 90 degrees.
No, it's not. That's 90 degrees.
Well, I can't see from here.
Or so. Alright. Well, that's it. Oh, sorry. Can I get you one? My bad. Sorry, my bad.
Just yell it out.
Alright.
What's that knife thing there?
It's a knife.
It's actually a kitchen knife. It's one of these.
Alright, and that's what. Oh, God, that's hot.
Ow.
I was about to hand it to you. I'm like,